Hi there.
Hey there, can you help me?
What are you doing out here?
I'm looking for help, silly. There's a bunch of raiders around the corner, so I'm staying here.
Depends on who's asking.
Oh, me? My name's Stella. It's nice to meet you.
What seems to be the problem?
It's my friend Murphy. He went to the film store, but it's been a while, and I'm starting to worry. Can you check on him for me?
You should look for your parents. Where are they holed up?
In Quincy. That's where my mommy died. I don't know about my dad. My mom said I would get to meet him someday.
Okay, I'll try to help.
Really? Thank you. It's the big yellow building down the street. Can you bring Murphy back safely for me, please?
Everybody, got some news.
Followed by... yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes.
What's going on?
Sounds of explosions.
Did you hear the news?
We're, trying to get confirmation.
What's
We
happening?
seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations.
Oh, that is bad news.
We do have coming in. That's,
Oh no.
confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York
Oh
and
my god, it's happening.
Pennsylvania.
Oh god.
My God.
Oh god. This is it.
Our soldiers are worried.
It's finally happening.
War. War never changes.
Oh shit. No one can! This is just a drill, right?
Talking is fast.
This can't really be happening.
How? Why are they doing this? Oh shit.
I don't know.
Get out of here!
God, to help the run. This is all their fault. No one panic. This is it. Oh, get moving. No. No, not doing it. Come on, let's go. Stop. Get down.
All right, still in one piece.
Can result in a variety of injuries.
Hey,
Do you need something from me?
broken. Terminal's got this locked. Got it.
Ain't enough food around. Can't think about nothing else when you got a hole in your tummy.
Just don't hurt us.
If this is my life, kill me now.
Nice.
It's your business to know what you're putting in your child's bloated belly. That's why sugar bombs are engineered to please both your child and not damage his or her tender brain.
They taste so amazing.
Sweet.
Remember everything you read. Quick, absorb that book. Of course, Mother.
Sugar bombs are made with nutrients and stimulants and nutrients,
Fine.
weaving
Just kill
taste
you
and
with the other
performance
one.
together in a potent breakfast cocktail that'll provide a day-to-day breakthrough in your child's life.
I can see the future.
Sugar bombs may last up to 12 hours. After that, it's anyone's guess. Buy 2 boxes and get a third half free until supplies last. Cereal has seldom been so crispy, so fresh when it hits your stomach, blasting your brain with 5,000 taste volts of volcanic delight. Sugar bombs are built from the ground up to prime you for launch.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
What the? On edge. Need another bottle.
Value is relative, but relatively, what is value? At Fallon's, each price represents our pact with the customer to bring things down to a manageable level of value that also takes luxury into account. Mass production techniques may have brought things up to speed, but it's time-honored, well-worn, oak and varnish tradition that really keeps things classic.
Gotta find the terminal.
That's progress.
Yes.
Whoa, was that a... This is gonna hurt! Ah! Shit, I can't see!
Yeah.
So long, slob!
My primary purpose is not combat. Yahoo?
You've thrilled to the Silver Shroud, shivered at the adventures of the Single Man, wondered at where Mr. Wallace Science would take progress tomorrow. Now, next week, an exciting new series begins, chronicling one man's journey into the mind of a communist. It's true. I've shrunk myself down with my atomic relay and managed to pass through space on a molecular level. Deep under the earth, I've built my fortress, an impregnable fortress that cannot be reached by normal means. I call it the University. While down there I have plotted, I have planned, I have experimented,
Freaks.
I implanted a control chip on the brains of each of my servants that allows them to pass through, as it were, to travel between worlds.
So since the bombs.
On their brains?
Yes, on their brains. I've learned so much about what it means to be a communist. An astounding revelation of man's cruelty next week on
somewhere.
The Brain of Dr. Darius DeStardo.
Well, well, aren't you the overachiever? I've been admiring your handiwork. We all have.
You put on a good show. Maybe you're not useless after all.
Our new friend surely has some questions. Perhaps we should introduce ourselves.
Name's Murphy. Head upstairs to the top floor. I've got a proposition for you.
And don't worry, we'll play nice this time.
Hi. Hey.
I like it here.
If you ain't standing out, you ain't worth looking at.
What have you got for sale?
This is what I got.
That was it.
Sure thing.
So clean.
Hey.
What do you want? I was just thinking of you.
Your thoughts?
I wonder if the data I'm collecting will serve any purpose.
Nothing else I needed.
Not a problem. Let us continue.
Gotta admit, I'm impressed. Stella here tells me this was all her little ruse. No hard feelings, huh?
I'll make this easy for you. Surrender now, or we kill you.
And a sense of humor, too. I like it. Sorry for any misunderstanding. We're a shoot first, ask questions later kind of place. Never can be too careful with looters breaking and entering these days.
Don't misunderstand. We're not criticizing you. Those were fair kills. You didn't know who we were, and we didn't know you from a random looter. Thankfully, Stella fessed up.
Hey, I was just trying to have a little fun. How was I supposed to know they weren't a common criminal?
Yeah, we're all friends now. Let's skip to the part where you help me.
That's rather presumptuous. After taking out 2 of our crew, I wasn't under the impression we owed you anything.
Well, that all depends. What kind of help are you looking for?
Hold on, I have some questions first.
All right, humor me. What do you want to know?
So, what's your story? Tell me about yourself.
I'm originally from Detroit. Used to make pickup trucks there at the Ford plant before the war. Thing about being a ghoul is, eventually you feel like you've seen it all. Detroit was never much to look at, even before the war. A century after the bombs fell, I started itching for a change of scenery. Heard rumors about the Corvega plant in Lexington. Decided to make my way east to Boston to check it out.
What happened after that?
When I arrived in Lexington, the rumors I'd heard about the auto plant turned out to be phony. So I started looking for something else. Joined up with a group called the Minutemen. That was a few months before the Battle of Diamond City. Mostly been doing that ever since, until it all went to shit.
What do you mean? What happened to you guys?
You're not from around here, are you? How about we do the abridged version for now?
The short of it is, everyone I served with in the Minutemen is either dead or turned raider.
What's the history of this place?
This place was originally the HQ for a large department store chain called Fallon's. The guy who ran the company was one of those conspiracy nut jobs who thought a big war was coming. Turned out he was right. The company had a large fallout shelter constructed underneath the building, and the rest, easy. The survivors of that bunker and their offspring ended up being the ones to repopulate most of the Commonwealth. Eventually, they made Diamond City their primary settlement, and this place kind of fell by the wayside.
Which is a polite way of saying it became a prison.
I don't understand. Why not just kill them and be done with it?
Where's the fun or profit in that? You can only kill somebody once. Slavery, on the other hand...
So what do you do here?
After what you've seen, you really need me to spell it out? We're slave traders, not gonna sugarcoat it. We deal in raiders, mostly. Capturing them, and once their spirit is broken, selling them to slave owners up and down the eastern seaboard. A few miscreants we let work for us, if they show promise, but the main goal is to ship these degenerates outside the Commonwealth.
What can you tell me about the child?
Stella hasn't had it easy. Her dad was never in the picture, and her mom raised her at University Point most of her life, until the Institute torched the place. I met Stella and her mom Judy after they fled to Quincy in 2285, helped them build a life for themselves there. And then the Quincy massacre happened.
What was the Quincy massacre?
We can get into that some other time. Let's just say that life's greatest dangers often come not from external enemies, but from our supposed friends, who pretend to work for the common cause while scheming to sabotage it. When the Minutemen betrayed Quincy, most of the residents ended up slaughtered by the gunners, Judy included. I managed to get Stella out, and we made our way north to Concord.
And that traitor Preston followed us here. I'm telling you, he was working with Clint the whole time. And now he's right down the street. And you still won't do anything about it.
We've been over this, Stella. Innocent until proven guilty. You want me to focus on keeping this place safe from the gunners? Or waste time dealing with the loudmouth fool in the silly hat?
Both. I want justice for what they did to my mom.
And like I explained, you'll get it, if you have patience. Garvey will get what's coming to him eventually. But for now... Wait, hold up. You hear that?
Get some!
Last person who looked at me like that got his head split open.
I'd kill you for free!
Died.
You want to hear? I'm hot, ain't you?
Sweet.
Your actions could result in
Take her out!
Glad that's over.
Hey there. You seem different from most of the people here. Why is that? How did you end up here? Come on. Tell me the whole story. Who were you before all this? So what are you gonna do now? Never mind, actually. Excuse me.
Hey, thanks for your help. Didn't expect help from a stranger. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been here.
Those gods were tough. What do you know about them?
Most of the words that spring to mind ain't the ones I'd say in polite company.
Hey, it was fun.
If that's what you call fun, I'm glad you're on our side.
This hasn't been the friendliest welcome.
Maybe you're right, but you can't be too careful these days. I think it's worth giving it another chance. We'd be glad to consider you a friend.
Looks like it was your lucky day.
You can say that again. I guess it could have been a lot worse. Anyway, we appreciate the help.
I'm happy to help with anything I can.
We could sure use some help fixing some of the damage, but we'll make it. We always do.
Sorry we got off on the wrong foot. Not looking to cause any trouble. You aren't afraid the gunners will retaliate?
It's gonna get worse. Way worse. Gunners never back down that quickly. They'll attack anyone they think is too weak to defend themselves. There's nothing left they're afraid of. The only way things will get better is if we stand together.
You interested in traveling together?
Now there's a question I don't get every day. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance on you. Lead the way.
Hey.
I was afraid those guys might show up. Thanks for your help. You alright?
What was that all about?
It's complicated. What do you know about the Gunners?
Gunners are human scum that don't deserve to live.
Geez, how do you really feel? No one's really sure where the Gunners started out. But something changed about 8 or 9 years ago. Out of nowhere, they started sporting plasma weapons, advanced combat gear, and even vertibirds. Doesn't make any sense. Where did they get all that stuff from?
That's a good question. I guess I don't know.
People bitch about the Institute, but look at what's really been going on. Quincy, GNN, Mass Bay Medical, Mass Fusion, 2 vaults, and all the major freeways. It's the Gunners, not the Institute, who've been gaining the most ground in the Commonwealth.
How much of a threat are they?
No one invests the resources to capture those strategic locations without a larger agenda. Someone's behind it. We're just not sure who or what. At this point, there's not much to keep the Gunners from taking Good Neighbor, Diamond City, or the towns up north.
Is there a reason that you're bringing this up?
You mean besides the fact that we just got ambushed here in Concord? There needs to be a group to stand up to these assholes. Someone strong, organized, and local. And I'm not talking about the Minutemen. I mean someone with real stones.
So, what did you have in mind? I'm gonna need some more in the way of details.
Ultimately, you gotta ask yourself who you want protecting things. A bunch of Muppets who can't defend what's theirs, or hardened killers who can handle themselves.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Uncertainty is sometimes better than an overt threat. If you build a reputation for being a little crazy, your opponents are never sure what messing with you will cost. So, they tend to avoid finding out.
Settlers can't instill that kind of fear. Whether it's against raiders, synths, mercs, super mutants, or even mole rats. They've proven time and again that they're incapable of deterring threats to their property over the long term. The Minutemen worked for a while, but they ended up self-destructing.
What happened to the Minutemen?
Depends who you ask. The challenge with running a militia is that volunteers inevitably have their own agendas. For a coalition to last, there needs to be a chain of command where members don't feel too constrained by your influence.
But still fear you enough to follow your lead.
Maintaining morale requires convincing soldiers to think less about themselves and involve them in a cause,
Of course, it's easier said than done.
Somewhere along the way, we lost that sense of common purpose. Infighting took over, and the militia gradually splintered into different groups. Some became raiders or joined the gunners. Quincy was the final blow.
Jesus, what a mouthful. What's the plan again?
Whether it's the Gunners, the Institute, or who knows what other groups are out there. So we've got to use our weaknesses as strengths.
If your enemy is big and you're small, then by extension, you're fast and they're slow. You're hidden and they're exposed.
So we break our forces into independent cells who can operate elusively and autonomously, fighting only the battles we know we can win,
and using those tools against them in the next encounter. That way, the enemy is supplying us, and we grow stronger as they grow weaker.
Makes sense, I suppose. What's our next move?
The Gunners are calculated and cautious. It's gonna take them a while to figure out what just happened. The critical elements in any campaign are speed and adaptability.
Striking first, before the Gunners have time to assess and formulate a response. Their nearest outpost is up on the freeway, southeast of Walden Pond. The freeway wasn't particularly well guarded to begin with.
I want you to head over there, take out their remaining guards, and steal their weapons, so we can fortify our presence here in Concord. Prove to me you can handle that task, and I'll have a larger project for you when you return.
And if you want bonus points, there's rumor of a raider stash over by Corvega. We'll mark the location on your map.
Excuse me.
I've got all sorts of toys for all types of killing.
Your thoughts?
We got a few things that won't fix themselves. You help us with repairs, we can be sure to hold this place against anything.
Let's trade some things.
Just don't rip me off.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Okay.
How's it going?
I'd like to trade some items.
Go ahead.
Hold up a sec.
Okay, I guess.
Hey there.
Hey,
Time to hit the road.
we'd better move out. Got company!
Hey. My prime is not
Hi.
Got a problem?
Who?
There is a lot more of this than I was planning. That hurts! I was a whole lot less of that. Engaging evasive maneuvers. I'd much rather discuss science. Dangerous? Combat is quite vigorous exercise. So, we appear to have lost the enemy.
When you turn up, you're dead. Open
Ain't
fire!
personal, just we are questioning stuff. Again, I have survived the earthquake looking for the shooter. Oh, there you are. Enemies have been dispatched.
Tired yet?
Violent tendencies greatly decrease your life expectancy. Show your face. Come on, share.
I can rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell.
I'll take a look, sure.
All salvage, but nothing's junk.
Out of my way.
Excuse me.
Wasn't sure you were gonna make it back in one piece. trouble out there?
It was a walk in the park.
That's what I like to hear. Here, got you a little something for the trouble. Let me know when you're ready for the next job.
Any news on your side?
Just been cleaning things up here from the raid. Speaking of which, if you want to lend a hand, feel free to use the workshops around here. There's one on the first floor and also a second one in the bunker. Have a look around and make yourself comfortable.
This looks like a good place to rest.
Excuse me.
Shit happens out there in the wasteland. People disappear all the time.
How are you doing?
All right, I guess.
What have you got for sale?
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Nothing else I needed.
Fine.
Hi.
If you're ready to get started on the next phase, let me explain.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I got a pal and good neighbor. Goes by the name Hancock. After what happened at University Point in Quincy, he's got some concerns about the next shoe to drop in downtown Boston.
What do you mean?
Every urban area has pressure points. Take out the pressure points, and it inflicts a disproportionate amount of economic pain. Trade suffers. Supply chains stop moving. The fabric of society starts to crumble. The Institute knows this. So do the Gunners.
Is Diamond City really in danger? It's not like there's raiders pounding on the gate.
Maybe not raiders, but they got super mutant hordes right around the corner. And synths have infiltrated their local government. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Diamond City isn't the settlement most in danger of falling. Good neighbor is.
Why do you say that?
You mean besides the elevated sniper perches surrounding the town, and the relative ease of blockading the entrance so no food or supplies can get in or out?
Yeah. Obviously.
It's like this. If your settlement is poor, you can't afford adequate security. If your security stinks, your enemies eventually take notice.
So, if you want your city not to get pillaged, you need a... It's hard to pull off when your clientele is primarily low-end. There's no real money in catering to riffraff like that. For Good Neighbor to survive...
So what's the solution?
Bottom line, Hancock wants to clean up Good Neighbor. Starting with the chem dealers selling drugs to kids, the back alley murders, the gang activity, and then he wants all of them gone. Not detained, not bargained with, just gone.
Makes sense to get rid of the trash.
As mayor, he can't be officially connected to ordering hits on his constituency. So, he's contracted out certain jobs on the down low to a few people he trusts. That's where you come in.
I need some details here. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
There's 3 jobs I want you to start with. First job is to entrap an old ghoul who's been trying to rip off Hancock. Second one is to eliminate a Triggerman gang infesting the town's warehouses. And a third task is to take out a few miscreants plaguing the local economy. You can do the jobs in any order you want. I've written down all the details on this holotape, including the local contacts to get started. Once the jobs are complete, cross them off your list and we'll move on to the next phase.
Hey.
So, what's the latest from Good Neighbor? You take care of all those degenerates?
It was a cakewalk. No problem at all.
Music to my ears. Here, got this for you. If you're ready for phase 2, here's the situation. You may have noticed Good Neighbor is a sniper's paradise. There's clear shots of the main square from the freeway, the Commonwealth Bank building, and the mass fusion roof. Each of those perches is controlled by either raiders, gunners, or super mutants. For Good Neighbor to defend itself, it needs to seize control of those perches and man them with local security. Your mission is to take out the hostiles at the sniper perches. I'll mark the locations for you. Meet me at the third rail in Good Neighbor when you're done. I've got an errand to run down there in the meantime.
Hi.
Look at you. Up to no good, I assume.
Your thoughts?
I thought about becoming a raider, but I decided I preferred clean clothes and fresher food.
Just curious what you're thinking.
Almost anyone can keep this town safer than those Minutemen lapdogs.
Got any work?
As a matter of fact, I do. Last month, we captured a raider named Chewie O'Doyle. I believe you met Chewie, or what's left of him, when you first arrived here. Things didn't work out so well for our raider friend. But before he passed, he provided us with an intriguing recipe. I assume you're familiar with a chem called Jet.
Of course. How could you not love it?
There's about a dozen primary dealers who work the Commonwealth peddling it. They all sell the same base product, but mix it differently and put their own labels on it. There's Scudder's Red Devil, Tito's Venom, and Bedlam's Zelax, to name a few. But Chewie discovered a game changer. By combining standard Jet with a synthetic stimulant, he was able to create a more potent version. Time Bomb, he called it. Silly name, but a powerful high, or so I'm told. So effective it practically sells itself.
So, what's the problem?
In a word, supply. The synthetics used to make the drug are hard to come by in the Commonwealth. Chewie acquired his stash from a traveling merchant, who obtained their supply from a local vault. Vault 81.
What's the word around Vault 81?
We don't know much. They mostly keep to themselves, only dealing with a few select traders. Rumor is, their vault has maintenance issues, so they developed a stimulant to help their repair crews work longer hours. We need a way to tap into their chem supply. That's where you and that Pip-Boy of yours come in.
What exactly is the plan?
Once you're inside, things get a bit tricky. I need you to find someone with access to their stimulant supply, and convince them to become our inside connection.
How do I infiltrate them?
If I knew that, I wouldn't need you, now would I? Once you've gained access to Vault 81, ask around for gossip. See what dirt you can find. Blackmail is often the quickest way to bring an asset in line.
I'll give it a try.
Check back with me once you've got something we can use.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey there. Now's not a good time.
I wonder, have they hired a maid? Good job.